Hi there, it's Moira McDonald. I have, technically I suppose you would call it Happy Meal, but it was Happy I'll meet you and we'll go for a coffee and some lunch meal. My lovely friend Caroline McKeeman, Caroline does not have her own YouTube channel, but if you ever read through any of the comments on my videos, you'll see her appear quite regularly. She is a riot, not to put too fine a point in it, and we have great fun together. So we decided to do a swap. It wasn't so much Happy Meal as I don't want anything else, but I'll tell you what, I'll give you some of my stuff. But out of the blue, I'd been sitting getting my hair cut the other week at the hairdresser's, and I got a text from her saying that her contact in the charity shop had some stuff that she'd got hold of that she thought would appeal to her. So she asked me if I was interested in any. And yes, I'm always interested in some stuff, but I did. Caroline knows only too well that I really am up to my eyeballs in stuff, and in that respect I'm really limited in what I want to bring in. And that I don't want that to sound that I'm in any way ungrateful for anybody's generosity. The problem is I just genuinely don't have anywhere to keep anything, and I have enough of a problem when it comes to me stopping myself from buying stuff. So she said, I'll keep it small, but I was like, that's fair enough. But I was really quite happy anyway, because I'd already decided and had said to her that I had a number of 12 by 12 paper pads that I would like her to have, because I quite frankly had bought them, intended to use them, and had so many that I would be 150 before I would work through all these. In fact, probably older. There are so many of them. So we arranged to do a swap, and we met up in Glasgow on Friday, and we went for a cup of coffee. Which, you know, the theory was we met outside Central Station in Glasgow, and you know that way you start the conversation, and we were probably going to stand there for an hour and a half talking. So we decided, no, I'll tell you what, let's actually be comfortable, and we'll go and sit down somewhere. So we nipped across the road to one of the coffee places, Cafe Nero, and we nipped in there, got our coffee ordered, sat, and I did not shut my mouth. I swear to God, I don't think that lassie got a chance of getting a minute to say anything, because I would just beep, 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 the whole time. While we were sitting there, as could only happen in a day out that involved myself and indeed Caroline, we were sitting there chatting away, and the place wasn't overly busy. It was, you know, you're talking mid-morning on a Friday, so there's only like kind of elderly folk and ourselves in the main. So we're sitting chatting away, and the next thing we hears, we're like, that was somebody chatting somewhere. We all starts looking about, all the folk that are in the place, and then the chat, and then it's frantic. So some wee woman stands up and she goes, I think there might be somebody stuck in the toilet, because the toilet entrance was just off the main kind of where the coffee's drunk, and I think they only had one cubicle, so it's one of these. Glasgow City Centre isn't exactly. There's no nice way of saying that. There are a lot of junkies in Glasgow. There are a lot of junkies, and I don't mean junk journal junkies. I mean junkies. Big city, and with big city problems. Nice big city, but again with a lot of big city problems. So because there is a junkie issue, you tend to find that public toilets in places like coffee shops and whatever, are locked, so you need to either get a key or get a code to get into them. So anyway, the lassie that was in the coffee shop working goes up to the toilet door, and she pressed in the wee code, because there was a wee code thing on the door. Couldn't open it, and meanwhile, while she's trying this, all we can hear is with whoever's in the toilet. So she goes away, and the next thing is, Caroline says to me, she's taken a knife to the door, and she had literally brought out a butter knife that she was using to try and unlock the toilet door. And the thing is, just sat there and went, you couldn't make this up. You know, you honestly, you couldn't believe anybody could have this degree of misfortune. And I says, well, I'll tell you, I'm not going to the loo in here. And Caroline went, but I really need the toilet. And I says, you can't go because you're going to get locked in. I says, if you go to the toilet, do you want me to stand in front of the door to stop anybody else? And she went, no, I'll find out how it works. I'll be fine. So anyway, she eventually, the lassie with the knife, eventually gets the door open, and out appears this wee aged pensioner guy, and it was pure, you know, oh, I thought I was going to get stuck in there forever. So, and you know, I don't even think they offered him a free coffee, and he was clearly quite traumatised by his experience. I don't know what had happened. I don't know how he'd managed to lock the door in such a way that he couldn't get it open. But anyway, they got him out, and Caroline did subsequently go to the toilet and had absolutely no bother. She went up and she asked the guy who was serving by this time, you know, I want to go to the toilet, how does this work? And am I likely to get locked in? And he went, no, I think you should be okay, you should be fine. And as he opened the door to let her into the toilet, he walked past me and he went, I hope she's okay. And I thought, oh no, I'm going to spend the rest of my days trying to get Caroline out the toilet. But in the event, it went okay after that, so that was fine. So from there we went, we literally looked at our watches, and there was, you know, we planned to go around charity shops and things like this to have a look for maybe some old fabrics and lace. Didn't have any time. By this stage I'm looking at the time and I'm saying, well, we better go and get lunch, because as it was, she had something to get back for. I had already, because I knew Caroline had to get back for a certain time, I'd said to my husband to come and pick me up at a certain time. So we were sitting in this situation where it was, you know, we'll need to get lunch now, or we're, you know, the rest of our day isn't working out. So we went and we had lunch, and it was really nice, and everything went reasonably smoothly after that. But anyway, Caroline had given me my pile of stuff, and I have brought it along to show you today. I'm going to try and flip through this as quickly as possible, because I've actually I had planned on trying to make a video on that junk journal I'm making, but it's I can't do it all in one go because it will take so long to show you the video and do this wee bit of Happy Mail. So we'll go through what we can here. These are absolutely spiffing wee charms, and they're jigsaw puzzles. And as you know, in fact, they're almost certainly, I love these. These are wee bitty jigsaw puzzles. I'll need to find out where she got these, if they actually came from a jigsaw or not. But because something like that, I would throw that in every single journal I have. So we've got lots of wee charms there, more wee charms, and we've got in here, wait a minute to be open, we've got a couple of wee, well, it looks like handcuffs that say freedom on them. There's irony there, eh? That must be if you're doing a bridal one, I think. So I think we all know what I'm getting at there. Oh, we've got a wee tiger in here, a wee tiger charm and a wee star, and a wee, oh, it's a wee gem, a really nice wee gem that's double-ended. And up here we've got a wee lovely wee comb and a wee, I'm not sure what you would, I dare say this will have a name. It kind of reminds me of the Isle of Man symbol, because the Isle of Man symbol's three legs. So it's probably got a name, but anyway, nice wee charm. I like this wee container as well. This will find a way to fit into my desk somewhere. In here we've got some more. I've got I've got wee angel wings, and a wee anchor, and a couple of wee mermaids. Oh, she looks a bit. Oh, a wee mermaid with bare boobies, and a wee backyard mermaid. Oh, sorry, I dropped her. Oh, it's the backyard on both sides. Two backs. Oh, there's a wee knife charm. We could make a Cafe Nero journal with that. How to get out of a toilet. There's a wee spoon, and oh, there's a wee fork, and a wee cookbook. I don't think I'm ever likely to do a cookery junk journal, because I'm no. Well, I've done something like that before, a wee cup of tea one. Yeah, this one's got words on it. Well-behaved women rarely make history. Well, that's very true, but by that logic, I should be making a ton of history. Another wee, oh no, I'm sure there's a name for that symbol, but I don't know what that is either. I don't know what the name of it is. They're smashing. I'll need to ask her where she gets these. She made me a a charm from a bag a while back. In fact, what brought it to mind is this wee one here's got a lot of I Heart Dogs, and this is what she put on my wee charm for my bag. I heart my, wait a minute, I'm not sure what that is. I heart my, I think it might be a paw, or it might be a wee dog's face actually. Do you know, I really don't know. I'll need to ask her where she gets her charms. We've got a wee bow there, we've got wee butterflies, you get a wee tree of life and a wee flower in that one. I do have some. Oh, these wee ones are empty, but that's okay because your old Mom Moira will fill them up. So that's smashing, absolutely smashing. Now I'm going to keep it in the bag now because I'd see until I get this journal finished and out of the way, I'm not going to have any free space in my bag. Now, let's rattle through these because, oh, lots of pins and Kirby's. And these, there must be a name for these, but I don't know what it is. It's a safety pin. Oops, I dropped the Kirby. But it doesn't have, safety pins usually have a bit at the bottom. And I would quite like to know what these are called because I would end up with hundreds of them as usual. Simply because they're really useful for putting beads on. And I do have a lot of beads because I did go through a I can make jewellery phase. And I had so many earrings that they were coming out my ears, as they say. Right, so wait a minute, put the wee pile there. Look at this wonderful, this trim was wrapped around some absolutely incredible, I'm not showing you it because it's really big. She'd given me some incredible ledger paper and music paper and the likes, and this is the trim that was round it, which is absolutely fabulous. And I said to her, you know, in some respects I'm kind of sorry that I don't really knit anymore. I went through a phase where I did a lot of knitting. And if I still knitted, I would make a jumper with something like that, absolutely no bother at all. Right, let's see what we've got in here. Some absolutely spiffing trim. Again, I mean, oh, and this is all fancy die cuts. Oh, I never actually noticed that when I opened this the other day. Right, that's the wrong end. I need to find the beginning of this. I don't think I can. Not at this stage, and I don't want to rush it. But absolutely incredible trims. This is my bag of trims, right, because there's a lot of trims. And I know Caroline had sent a lot to Perio before. Perio, we didn't get the cream tea, by the way, because we were too busy blethering and talking away. So, you know, very little was achieved, apart from a lot of talking. Mostly by myself, I have to add. These are brilliant. And I mean, she's done all these fancy die cuts as well, you know, that you wrap them on. I've seen dies similar to this one that you can use for that, and I'm thinking I'm going to order it. But these trims are absolutely brilliant. Again, oh, there's wee bobbins in here. Aren't they really cute? Cute as buttons. I don't think I can reasonably use them in a journal, but I could maybe use them on those safety pins that probably have another name other than being, well, maybe they are safety pins, maybe they're just safety pins without a bottom, I don't know. Oh, really nice, really nice, very kind of rich, opulent. If I ever get round to doing another junk journal that's a boho. I mean, I've got stuff that I could use in a boho journal. Oh, I broke that. Oh, I can fix it. It's just, I'll not do it just now, but I can fix that. I've got the stuff to make another boho journal, but it's like everything else. I've got stuff, I just don't have time. Oh, beautiful. Wouldn't you just love to make a jumper out of that? Or add that. In fact, I've got something quite similar to that in colour. And there's more wee bobbins in here, I can feel them. Wee blue bobbins. I'm wondering, did you roll up the wee blue bobbins, Caroline? Did you find them like that? Wait a minute, what we could do is we could actually put those two together. With this wee peg, if this wee peg lasts, that's this. Oh, really nice. Again, very peacock inspired. and would be excellent for a junk journal of, new bobbins that are peacock colours. Oh, very peacocky colours, purple and, lilac and green and a kind of teal blue. Very nice, very, very nice. Aye, so I really need to get my act together. Honestly, it's finding time. Absolutely everything I start ends up getting interrupted by somebody or something, and I just don't get a clear run at anything. Oh, look at that. Oh, these are very rich as well. And there's wee bobbins in here. Oh, very nice. Green and kind of terracotta type colour. Very nice. I was struggling to think of what that was there, shade-wise, because I didn't want to just say it was brown. Brown would not have done it justice. Still got an awful lot of things to show you here. She gave me bingo cards. I gave her bingo cards as well, incidentally, because it was a swapsy. I need to come up with somewhere good to keep my trims, because my drawer I keep my fabric in is absolutely chock-a-block. These are brilliant, aren't they? They're so colourful, and I really like your die cuts. I definitely need to get that big one. I've seen it and I've watched more wee bobbins. Oh! There's absolutely no way these wee bobbins came like this. You've done this, you must have done. And I don't know if what you intended when you did that was that I used those threads to do my signatures, if I use those trims, because that would be quite a good idea. And I could use my thinner needle for doing that. Right, we're nearly at the end of the trims. There's more wee bobbins. Oh, very black and white and grey and very rich, and silver and greys, and the wee bobbins. See how coordinated. I mean, I know Caroline, I know this will have taken her ages, because Caroline's life's a bit like my own, and as far as it's just all go. In fact, hers is probably worse than mine, and mine's is bad enough. And this is a wee pay packet. You need to tell me where you get your pay packets, because more jigsaws, jiggy jigsaws. Wee bike charm, a wee dream, and a wee kind of fishy thing. I like these wee jigsaw puzzle pieces, because I'm right into jigsaw puzzle pieces in my journals. Right, so that's my trims, which were brilliant, and absolutely love them. Right, wait a minute to tidy it up. Tidy. I'll keep my wee trims in my bag for now, and I've got another wee bag which is my fabrics, and these are brilliant as well. And something that I'm not entirely very good at is they're all beautifully ironed. Ironing is one of my strong points. More of that really delightful trim. This one is a kind of lemon and a kind of pale orange and white, and we're into the trims. Isn't that pretty? See, that in itself's really nice, but then what do you do with the rest? But I know I can find a purpose. I just might not find a purpose right away, but I will find a purpose. A lot of these, she told me, were from really big doilies, so she's just cut sections for me. This has clearly been a big tablecloth, but it's just magnificent. It's a lovely kind of natural creamy colour. Nice bit of fabric here. I'm not going to open that out actually, but you can see the pattern. That will make a nice cover, as indeed will this. It's got a hem on it, I don't know. But again, it's really nice. Nice bit of netting. Can't go wrong with a bit of netting. Cannot go wrong. And look at this. Isn't this beautiful? It's like these strawberries. And these, she said these were a absolute double iron, and I could understand that. Personally, I wouldn't have bothered because I know what I'm like. But aren't these absolutely beautiful? So delicate, and she's given me 3 of those. This is lovely. So you've got a big flower there and a wee one there, and I mean you could make that a cover, but part of me says no, it needs to be cut and used in another way. But I'll have a think about it, because I don't, although see, having a think about it, sometimes that's the death of me, because sometimes I think so much that I don't achieve anything. Oh, this is beautiful, it's just plain white, but isn't that lovely? Isn't that beautiful? I says to her, you know, folk out your way must have real money. And she went, well, they might have had money some point, but I don't think there's many rich folk out that way now. But ours is the same. I had a look in our charity shop the other day, and there's nothing down this neck of the woods. This is a cover screaming to be made, isn't it? It's very Wendy's Journal Adventures, this one. We used to have things like that, quite similar to that. My mum had them over the back of the chairs, like an antimacassar. Not that we wore, I'm not that old. Beautiful, lovely white handkerchief. And these, oh, look at that. Oh dear goodness. Goodness. Again, we're sitting in this situation where you think it would make a nice cover, but at the same time, I'll look at what else you could do with it, because if you just cut it into sections. I'll need to give that enough a lot of thought as well. It's when you start to think about things that it honestly holds you back for tackling anything, because then you don't want to break anything up. And this is our last piece of fabric, and we've got another beautiful bouquet of flowers in that somebody's embroidered. Absolutely gorgeous. See if you could just cut each of them out, and you could still use that for lots of pockets and things like that. Absolutely beautiful. So totally splendid stuff. Thank you very much, Caroline, for those. I also got a wee, move these things out the way, a very tiny haul the other day. Wait a minute, I just need to make sure that's not going to tip over. From Aliexpress, and I've been using a shop called Aliexpress because I followed somebody that was a card maker on YouTube, and she is on the design team for this particular shop in Aliexpress. And Alina Cuttle, I think the girl's name is Alina, she designs her own stuff, or she hires folk with the theory of them preparing designs for her. This is just a kind of like a postage stamp die, but it's not copying anything or anyone. Postage stamps are postage stamps, so you're going to see postage stamps in a lot of folks' dies, but she has her own stuff designed. This is just a word, because as you know, I really like letters, I really like words, I really like numbers in my journal. So this one is because, and this one is sending. I mean, I think when she's doing her stuff, it's intended more for card makers, people maybe making packaging, you know, to make small gifts, or maybe selling stuff. So sending came, when she did this, she had sending, and I think there's another one that says hugs, but I've got a die that says hugs, albeit a very small one. I picked up a couple of 6x6 paper pads, and yes, I have an issue. That is why I did my wee swap with Caroline, where I was getting rid of some of my 12x12s. I've still got quite a lot of 12x12s, but I know I can never ever spend long enough working through them. But Alina Cuttle does some 6x6 pads, and I've bought a couple here. This one's just wee kind of pastel flowers, You can see one of them on the back there. I don't want to open it out yet because I don't think that it's not actually a paper pad per se. It's just individual sheets. So these are wee kind of very pretty papers that could be used in a shabby chic journal, and I've decided shabby chic's probably my thing. This is a kind of this is done as called Chinese paintings, and they're all kind of Oriental themed. And I've done an Oriental journal in the past, and I will be doing another one at some point in the future. It's just a question of when I get round to it. But these are beautiful, absolutely exquisite. They would be lovely as backgrounds for cards. Not even backgrounds. I mean, that you could cut that down and have that as a foreground panel on a card. We just, you know, as long as it was layered up on top of something. Absolutely beautiful. So that's that. So that's just my wee haul, as well as my beautiful stuff for Caroline. So that's it. I'm going to tidy this away now, and then we'll hopefully get organised, and I'll get into making the next part of my wee journal, because I've kind of prepared. It's really just a question of getting it all into the book. So thanks very much for your time. I'll see you all again probably quite quickly. So thanks very much, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.